pleasure to have you here. Such an
Thank you.
honor to. We've been chatting about this, but our schedules have been
Months.
crazy,
Yeah.
and now it is officially happening, ladies and gentlemen.
Aligned. We are aligned.
Yes, perfectly. Happy Winsome Wednesday,
Yes.
August 12th, Fashion Dolls. And welcome to another episode of Style by Stevie. And we are here with words can't even describe how I feel about this amazing artist right here. To be in your presence, to be,
Appreciate that.
wow, it's just mm, this man right here.
I
Singer,
appreciate that.
songwriter, DJ, MC, and world
Entrepreneur,
class.
business owner. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah.
So many titles. Like, where do we begin? Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Lyle Anthony. It is
Thank you
such a
so
pleasure to
much.
have you here with me.
That's an honor. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, 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 yes. So, before we kick off this interview, how has 2026 been for you thus far?
2026 has been such an interesting year, such a self fulfilling year, such a discovering year. I think it's the year that I decided that I'm taking my power back. There was just so many things that's happened, losing my brother, ended a long term relationship, needed a break just from the industry and just to realign with myself, reconnect with myself, just get me back. And yeah, I'm back in it. I'm doing music again. I am the busiest I've ever been. I've got gigs and dates lined up until October, November before I go to South Africa. And you know, South Africa, there's so much happening out there. So yeah, I'm really very excited. I've built my business, Motherland Republic. I'm working on my non-profit organization called Heal Africa Foundation. And outside of that, just doing music, doing what I love. It's always been my first love. It's what I've been chosen to do. So yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
I'm so proud of you because
Mhm,
you've been able to find the balance of being
mhm.
an artist and
Yeah.
being a humanitarian.
Mhm,
Like you
mhm.
just said, South Africa. You were born in South Africa, but you're based in LA.
Yes.
So let's start at the beginning of your journey. Let's turn
Woo.
back the pages, back to the beginning of your
Yes.
journey growing up in South Africa. Who were
Yes.
some of your musical influences growing up?
My God, today I've got so many great musical influences. I will start by one of my first and most earliest memories was the likes of Peebo Bryson. I love him. I was so sad when he passed away. God rest his soul. Craig David, I remember sitting at my radio and kind of just listening to him. And if you hear
Craig
me
David.
and you hear us, we kind of have a similar sound. Then we've got the likes of Luther Vandross. I was very, very intrigued and very, very. Whitney Houston was one of my ultimates. And then of late, well, not of late, Beyonce and the Ushers, and then there's some South African artists, Brenda Fassie, who really, really did a number on me in South Africa. I won a local competition in South Africa called Pop Stars. I ran so Tyler could walk, and look at her now. The girl is not just walking, she is taking over the world. She's taking over the pages. She is taking over our lives. She's taking over your life, my life. She is just doing the things that need to be done. So very, very proud. A very, very proud South African.
My God. And you've mentioned Whitney. Whitney just celebrated a birthday not too long ago. May
Mhm.
she rest in grace. And
Yeah.
also People Bryson as well too. And for those of you who do not know, Whitney Houston just got a Barbie. So it is absolutely beautiful.
She's
Hence
got
the
a Barbie
purple
out?
and birthday. Yes, she has a Barbie.
Oh,
And it's
wow.
from the I Want to Dance with Somebody video. And it
Oh,
looks
wow.
just so
Oh,
shout outs to my
wow.
brother K2.
Come on, Bobby Whitney, let's go.
Yes, 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 yes.
Nice.
So
Yes.
after winning Coca-Cola Pop Stars South Africa, your
Yes.
career has took off and you signed with EMI
EMI.
Records.
Yes.
Oh my God, what was that journey like for you being able to sign with the record label?
You know, the journey winning pop stars in South Africa and then signing with EMI was honestly one of the most insane journeys of my entire life. I lived the life of such a pop star. I was highly recognized in South Africa. We were very, very well known. We had security. We had, oh, it was just, it was the life. But it also, I was so much younger back then, so much more inexperienced. There were things I really didn't know about the music industry that I wish I knew now. But outside of that, really, I love the journey, winning pop stars, becoming a celebrity in South Africa, you know, a household name. That's it's been a journey. It's really been a journey, even all the way to LA. But I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad I'm still pushing on and doing my thing years later.
And look at you now. You've had the pleasure of performing in over 45
Mm-hmm.
different countries,
Mm-hmm.
listed Africa, North America,
Mhm,
Canada,
mhm,
Europe, the Caribbean.
mhm.
What was it like being able to tour the world after signing with the record label? Like your journey just took off so fast.
Yeah. Listen, not a lot of people can say that they've traveled over 45 countries doing what they love. So I'm really, really proud of myself for even achieving that. I've worked with along the likes of Mariah Carey and Vogue.
Oh,
Um, I've worked with Sweetie and the list is endless. But again, as you say, it really is, it's been a journey. It's been one that has been both fulfilling, but also it comes with so much of its challenges, you know, being an independent artist, being somebody who you know you're meant to. And I always say that the industry chooses you, right? It's not, you can do as much as you want to within the industry, but once the industry chooses you, you know you're meant to be exactly where you are. So yeah, I'm keep on going, and just it just takes that one. And yeah, I need a millionaire to just invest in my career. That's where I'm at right now. Yeah.
God. And I remember seeing you open for Mariah Carey. What was that experience like for you to be able to open for the butterfly herself?
Okay. The butterfly. Now, this is not the same butterfly, but it really was an honor. I mean, Mariah Carey is an icon. She's a legend. She's just one of the greatest voices of all time. So to be on stage where Lyle Anthony was actually performing, me, myself, and it was really eye opening and just made me realize that I am who I think I am. I can compete with the best of those. And yeah, I just need to continue on, stay focused, really. Yeah.
And that you have. And you also performed at the FIFA World Cup in 2010. So
Mm-hmm.
more accomplishments. It just goes on for there. You've opened up, as you've mentioned, for Mariah Carey. You've had the pleasure of being on stage with In Vogue, Shakira. The list goes on and on. And the FIFA World Cup in 2010. What was it like getting that phone call to be able to perform at
To
the FIFA
perform.
World
First of all,
Cup?
somebody said 45 countries, try 45 restaurants. Listen, I've performed in about 1,000 restaurants. How about that? So 45
Ooh.
countries and 1,000 restaurants. um, Listen, the 2010 World Cup is such a huge event for the world, really. And South Africans are huge on sports. South Africans love soccer, football, as it's supposed to be in real life. But it is one of the greatest things and one of the greatest joys of my entire life, being able to perform in South Africa for such a prestigious event. The World Cup was one that where Fergie and Black Eyed Peas performed, Shakira had been performing. So just being able to perform on different stages and fan parks and entertaining the world on a South African stage. It's always an eventful time, and I really just enjoy. I love performing. I love making people smile. I love turning people's days around. You might be going through a shitty day, and yeah, I come performing, serenading you, and just being able to change that frown upside down is always great for me.
And that you are so innovative with what you do, Loud, which is why I reached out to you. And it's just like you said in the beginning of our interview. Uh, my God, to be able to pour into people as an artist is just a beauty in itself.
Yeah.
And I remember
Yeah.
sitting down with Landon Thomas not too long ago, and we were
Hmm.
talking about what it takes to be an independent artist, the struggles that you
Yeah.
have to go to promote yourself. You are your own best promoter. What
Mhm.
are some of the lessons that you've learned from going from being signed with the record label to now managing everything yourself as an independent artist?
Yeah, and I think also we've moved into a day and age where there's no artist, what development anymore. Everybody's just doing what they're doing. You have A&Rs and record
Yeah.
labels now just using regular influencers trying to make them stars. So we've kind of missed the beauty of honing talent and artist development. But I've been in the industry so long, so I kind of know how to navigate. I know that sometimes it is a journey just in terms of having to message, email, all of those kind of things. But I do have a team. I do have people who assist me with that, so it does make it a little easier. But it's
Yes.
the constant content creating. It's the constant just reimagining yourself and bringing yourself back in a different way so that people can see, oh damn, this boy is really, he's here to stay. So I just need to keep on going and being consistent.
And that you do. And also, one other thing is that you bring joy to people with your music.
I
You
agree.
bring joy to people. You bring a sense. I've seen some of your performance clips,
Yeah.
and it's a sense of happiness in the room. Like your latest single, which is out right now. Make sure you guys go and check it
Yes,
out.
go go.
Okay. Yes. So tell us about that. The production aspect. What was it like writing such a hit? And it's the summertime, so I know a lot of
Right.
people are looking for something fun.
Right. I think when I moved to the US, I started working with some American producers, great producers. They've worked alongside Sierra and the Tadic Halls and all of those brandies of the world. But there was a certain authenticness to my sound that I think I was missing, and that's why I went home for this one. I went to work with local producers, local Afro pop and Amapiano. Amapiano is a genre of music in South Africa, which is very much what my single Go Go is. It's an Amapiano song, and it's lock drum. A it's a derivative of house music, South African house music. So that's where it's at. And I really just had to go home and just be authentic on this one. I had some South African writers, South African producers on this one. So it really, really is a special one. I have some more music coming out. I have a whole EP. I have songs like XO coming next. XO is so beautiful. I have songs like Love for You, um, Main Attraction. Yes, I'm the main attraction. That's one of those. I've got some really, really cool songs coming out and some new music. So I'm very excited. I'm very excited. And I've been working with South Africans, like I said, keeping it authentic, keeping it great to the sound and just to who I am.
And as I just stated, your song is the soundtrack to the summer. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be so many artists out here that are going to be giving us hit after hit after hit because it is
Mm-hmm.
so hot. So
Yeah.
make sure you guys go and check it out. Go,
Yes,
go.
please.
Go
Yes,
and check it out.
download, stream, send it to friends, make it go all the way. Yeah.
And the fuse, all of I'm a piano, Afro pop, global dance, all of the musical genres infused together. Where do you
Uh-huh.
get that inspiration from to be able to infuse them all?
So I think one of the things is, like I said, I've performed for so many years. I've been in the industry for so many years. Outside of just performing my own songs, I've worked alongside bands. I've worked with the likes of Hans Zimmer, who is Hollywood's biggest music soundtrack producer. If you've watched Batman, Lion King, even he's even produced On the Preacher's Wife. So all of those kind of stuff has really shaped who I am. So I don't just do my own music. I can sing anything from R&B to pop to can do a bit of opera if I need to. So just being well versed in as a singer, and as a performer, and not just being able to do my own thing has really, really kept me also having longevity in the industry, because not only do I perform festivals and stuff where it's my own music, but also I perform. with bands. I perform a lot of covers.
Oh
I've
yeah.
got weddings coming up. I'm doing the Bentley event for Car Week this weekend. So yeah, there's a lot of things I've been doing outside of corporate events and stuff like that. It doesn't always require the piano and the Afro pop. It requires me singing Stevie Wonder and all of those kind of things. So yeah, I'm pretty eclectic in my sound. How did you discover your sound to stand out from other artists? Okay, B Walker, I love that question. I think one of the things you discover your sound over the years, and I think just you find ways to see what works, what sounds good, what doesn't sound good for your voice. And I think my sound is really in that I'm a piano Afro pop vein where I shine. My voice sounds great on it, and I'm such a performer. I'm such a dancer, such a mover. I love the crowd to get going and wild and all of those kind of things. I'm great with crowd interaction, so it does help. It helps a lot with performances and stuff like that. But discovering your sound does take some time. We're still on a journey of discovering the full sound and where it needs to go to. And also living in 2026, I don't think we need to limit ourselves to a specific sound. It can be that one. I might do a country hit that becomes the number one song in the world. However, the country's a little extreme. However, yeah, I never want to limit myself to a specific sound, but just to continue growing as an artist with what that looks like.
When you say you don't want to limit yourself, that made me think about another artist, and I think you know which artist I'm going to
Hmm.
name. Um, he didn't put himself in a box or really categorize, and B. Walker knows who I'm going to name. Prince. I love Prince.
I'm
Like, oh,
literally been singing two of his songs because I'm performing it for Bentley. I love Prince. I sing Prince amazingly. So.
and just like him, you are so innovative, loud. Like y'all
Thank
both have a gift and
thank
a talent where
you.
Prince, and I remember him saying this, I don't like to be labeled or placed in a label, you know, is it rock? Is it R&B? Is it pop? Is it
Right.
all of these different genres?
Hmm.
Like he didn't let that define him. More importantly, he stepped outside of his comfort zone. And as an artist, you have to be willing to step outside of your
Hundred
comfort zone.
percent.
It's scary,
100%.
but
And
yes.
and I think that even just with the question that came in now, maintaining longevity with your current sound, I think maintaining longevity is the ability um to adapt to a new sound, to adapt to a new space and record, and being able to be versatile. I think when you're versatile within this industry, and I think that's also one thing that Tyler's doing so well right now, is that she's so
Oh yeah.
versatile in who she is, right? She's giving us the Afro pop, she's giving us the Amapiano, now she's giving us some of the Aliyahs and those kind of things too, which is really, really nice. I think
Oh yeah.
versatility is really something that will give you longevity in this industry, being able to re-envision and reimagine yourself, and yeah, just come back the better than you were each time.
And I posted a quote this morning about reinvention. So
Mhm.
as every artist has their reinvention, so I'm gonna read it to you guys, all right? All right. Focusing on your own self-renewal preserves and enhances the greatest asset you
Mm,
have. So, as we talk about reinvention as an artist, we always go through a period where we're having like to rebirth ourselves, come out stronger. And every single music video that you've done, every single hit that you put out, it goes back to what B. Walker just said, which is longevity. And
mhm.
as an artist, you have to be willing to step outside of the norm and do, things that'll kind of shake your fans up, kind of make them
Yeah.
scratch their heads like, huh?
Mhm,
What did he just do?
mhm,
Okay, we're used to hearing Go Go, or we're used to hearing Love Wins, which is
mhm,
another one of my favorites of yours,
mhm.
or we're used to hearing any of your other music, and it kind of throws people off, us, the listeners, off a little bit. But I like, now we get it. There are some of
Yeah.
you like, now we get it.
Mhm.
Even you've mentioned Beyonce. And when she did Cowboy Carter, it
Yeah.
was a lot of flack for it.
I-
Like,
Yeah.
but see, what she did was she reinvented. country music.
Yeah.
She said, I'm not going to just do, where we
And
hear
she
the
owned
hard.
it too. I think the
Yeah.
biggest part about doing it is not just doing it, but owning it. When you own who you are, when you own everything, the sound, all of those kind of things, I think it really, really does take it to the next level. So yeah, that's the one thing also about Beyonce that I loved is constant reinvention. And you look at woman like her and artists like her, and that keeps me inspired, keeps me want to grow, keeps me want to, next I'm probably gonna do a disco afro pop album. So I'm in the works of working on some of that kind of stuff right now. So yeah, just constantly reinventing, not recreating the wheel. As RuPaul says, you don't need to reinvent the wheel, just keep creating, and if we need to imitate, baby, then we imitate, and we make it work.
And you know what they say about imitation? Imitation is the best form of flattery.
Yeah.
And I have that same conversation with my brother K2 because I said, you
Mm.
cannot be duplicated.
Yeah.
You are the best version of yourself.
100%.
Nobody can do it better than you. And
Hmm.
everybody has their own gifts
Yeah.
and they should be using their talent.
Yeah.
But back to what you just said, which is, Beyonce and how innovative she is and how
Right.
the same way she's innovative, it goes back to what B. Walker said in the
Mhm.
comments earlier, which is longevity. And you
Yeah.
have that, Loud. Like
Thank you.
you're a vet in the game. You
Yeah.
have that. That's just why
Yeah.
I reached out to you about you coming on my show. And I'm just in awestruck. Like in the beginning of the interview, I almost
Mhm.
choked because I couldn't
I
get the
appreciate.
words out. But just your impact, your with your pen, being
Hmm.
able to write music that brings people joy, that has a meaning in a world full of chaos while the world is
Hmm.
burning. You as an artist, you have given us an escape. And do you see yourself how you're healing people with your music, the impact? I've seen your performances and just the joy on people's face when you walk through the room and you engage with the crowd.
I
That's what's
appreciate that. I really do
yeah.
appreciate that. And I think it is something that as artists we have to take a minute and actually look at, because sometimes we get so busy with everything and just being like, just trying to make it work, that we forget and stop to think that, hey guys, stop to think that, hey, this is what I've done and this is what I've actually achieved. And I like that question so much because yeah, there's times where I want to just go, 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 go. Thank you, Go Go. That's my song. Check it out on online. Um, and yeah, just reminding myself to stop and take a moment and realize, damn, because even after performances, after shows, there was one show I did. I've done the Pride circuit, I've done festivals, I've done so many different things. I mean, I've performed in crowds of completely just white audiences that would come up to me and be like, damn, you are the real deal. I've gone to events where somebody called me the Beyonce of Pride one time. Somebody called me, I mean, a lot of people have said I'm the South African Chris Brown. So those kind of things don't go unnoticed. Obviously, when you're working and as an independent artist and you're just trying to get there, sometimes it comes in one ear and goes out the other because you're so focused on trying to get a viral song, to be out there, to get noticed, to be on that, 100 million streams or whatever, 6 million streams, all of those kind of things. So it is important for me to stop, take a minute, and just reflect on what that is. So I really do take time to make sure that my fans and the people that really speak life into me, I does not go unnoticed. I really, really, really do appreciate it. I love all of the love. So yeah, but I still need to keep working. I still need to keep working. Yeah.
Oh my God, y'all are going in the comments. Faith, I didn't see your comment. What did you say? And welcome, Deshaun. The beautiful Miss Stevie is here. And my, what do we have here? Y'all are talking about Lau. He's beautiful and he's
Thank
innovative.
thank
That's what they're saying. And thank you, Deshaun, for that comment. I
you.
chose Pink for a reason because if you guys know, Whitney Houston got her Barbie. And you
Mhm.
guys, if you look up on my mantle behind me, you guys know that I started collecting Barbies in 2023. So the whole Barbie doll aesthetic is perfect.
All right. Have
Is
you gotten your Whitney doll yet?
That's my mom is like, no, no more. It's one more that I really, really want to get, and it's the Rose Barbie from 2000, and
No,
it
we
is
first have to get
so
Whitney
gorgeous.
Houston. What do you mean? Are we not
I
getting
want
Whitney?
that one and the Whitney one, and then it's
Okay.
three of them that I want. I want the Whitney one, I want the Rose one, and then I want the Christian Dior one,
O-
and it's from 1996. So
Okay. Okay.
if you guys looking for my mantle, we listen and we don't judge. Okay.
Okay. I love
If you
that. Come
guys
on,
see back
Barbie.
here, y'all already know that's the Emerald Empress Barbie. And then this is the Generation Dreams Barbie, and then the Escada Barbie in the box there.
Nice. Nice,
So
nice. Hey, Kenneth.
yes. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, I
Nice.
see Barbie in the background. Yes, yes. But Fashion Dolls, welcome if you're just coming in. We are here with the amazing Lyle Anthony, and we are talking about his newest single, which is out right now. Go Go. Make sure y'all go and check it out
Go,
on
go,
all
and
streaming.
check it out.
Yes, yes, yes. And we're taking questions. Do you guys have for myself or Lyle Fashion Dolls? You're a Barbie's fan, yes. And there's some out there in the mantle on in my living room as well too. And I showed y'all those, so y'all go and check it out. And welcome if you're just coming in. What's your favorite Barbie set? Oh, the Ruby Radiance. Ruby Radiance is so. I keep skipping your comment, Faith. What did you say?
He just said, "Hey, Tooks."
I didn't see your comment earlier.
Hi, Faith.
Yeah, yeah, it's probably YouTube. It's
Yeah,
probably
yeah, yeah.
YouTube if I can't see your comment. Yeah. But
Yeah.
in the meantime, Lau, what do you have coming up? Because it is the summertime, and I know it's going to be a lot of performances. So, what are you
Yes.
looking forward to?
I really, really am looking forward to. I've been booked for Global Black Pride in Paris. So that's something I really need to be working toward. It is, something that's quite prestigious, and it's an honor to have even been asked. I'm continually working on my EP as we speak. Go Go is the first single on there. I've got the next single, XO, coming out, and it's also about love. And I think one of the good things is that you said it's my music's always uplifting. It's got a message about love. It's got a message about confidence and self love. And I think it's one of the things that I thrive on. I love being confident. I love being a self loving man. And it creates confidence. So it's something that I want to see for the rest of the world, especially men out there, especially within the LGBTQ plus community.
Yeah,
Those who are struggling with confidence, struggling with self love, struggling with all of those kind of things. I want to be somebody who shows this not only music, but I meditate. I listen to different mind coaches and stuff to make sure that I'm keeping a healthy mindset. And so, right, it's important for me to spread that love, whether it be through music, whether it be through my messaging. It's very, very important.
absolutely. And at a time like this, more than ever, where our voices are we're marginalized, but we're
Mm-hmm,
being silenced. And I had the
mm-hmm,
same conversation with Deshaun, with B Walker, and with K Tubes all the
mm-hmm,
time.
mm-hmm,
It's important to making sure that artists in the LGBTQ plus community, you and another artist that um, I've had the pleasure of sitting down with, who's a good friend of the show, is Mark Angel.
okay,
And Mark Angel, I'm pretty sure I think Mark is in the LA area.
okay.
Brother K Tooks, let me know. Is he in the LA area as well too? I could see that collaboration happening in the future. So who knows?
Okay.
Who are some artists that you would like to collab with?
You know what? It's gonna sound cliche right now, but Tyler. As a
I can
South
see that.
African woman, as a South African sister, we come from the same hometown. We're not far from each other. We actually have some family down the line. So the talent and the dance moves. I think Tyler and I will create something exceptionally stupid and amazing. I think some artists that I would really want to work with is someone like Lil Nas X. Um,
Oh yeah.
yeah, folks. Kilani is one that I think is absolutely incredible. Folks like Chris Brown and all of those, but then also, there are other artists in LA that I've met. Some South African artists that I know that I that are not as huge that still would be incredible for collaborations. And then just to answer Deshaun's question, yeah, I have performed in Atlanta, quite a few. I've performed in New York City. I did New York City Pride a couple of years ago. I performed in a bunch of clubs out there, and I want to get back out there, especially now with releasing the new music and stuff like that. I want to do club tours all over Atlanta and New York City. I've not been to Minneapolis yet. But yeah, and do I create music for present times or do you come up with sounds for timeless effects? I think I create music for both because, again, current times and timeless effects are obviously important, right? We want longevity
Oh
with
yeah.
our music. We want people to listen to it 10 years from now, and not just, oh, it was a great song for what it was. But definitely in terms of writing, it would be present time because you're feeling the moment, you're feeling whatever it is in the present. But it definitely needs to have timeless effect for sure. Hmm.
Look at there. And I think it's important that it's a quote from Nina Simone Now, and I'm pretty sure you heard it. She
Hmm.
said that the job of the artist is to reflect the times that we're in.
100%.
And as an artist, you make sure that you are using your voice, your creativity,
Hmm.
your everything to reflect what people are going through. And not just that, but I'm pretty sure you get a mass inbox flooded full of messages from people from different walks of life saying how much your music has touched them, how much just your impact has brought them joy because your
Not
music
only just my
is,
music has touched them,
yeah.
how they want me to touch them, but that's a story for another day.
Okay. And
But
yes,
yeah, I
Deshaun,
do, and I really do love those messages. I know sometimes it's not always easy to respond to everything and to everyone, and but I really do, like I say, just I love all of that. I love being inspired because even those kind of messages inspire me to be better and to continue on. When people say, "Man, you are one of the best I've heard in a long time," and those kind of things, you start realizing that actually, hey, you are a force to be reckoned with. People are not just saying these things. It actually is important that I need to start remembering those kind of things and staying the course because it can be so easy to give up, especially in a world where everybody now is a singer and an artist and a influencer and a social media. Everybody's doing it at the moment, so not to get lost in the crowd but to continue, like I said, reinventing and just being the best version of who I am.
and again, the art of reinvention. I'm no stranger to it. Working in the fashion industry, ten
Hmm.
plus years, and not only just that, but having to come in, turn up the ante every time. And I use this as an example because with fashion trends change on a daily.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't stay the same.
Hmm.
And you're always looking to reinvent yourself, come out with something new. One of my favorite artists, and y'all know that I admire this woman. I love Beyonce too, but it's another female artist that I love. And my brother K Tooks and B Walker knows who it is, and that's
Who?
Janet Jackson.
Oh,
I
okay.
love Janet Jackson. I think that every single album that she's done consecutively
Hmm.
is like she's stepped out of her shell. She's
Hmm.
reinvented herself as a woman.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially when she came out with Control.
Hmm.
Control was just like her branching out, saying, "Hey, I'm a woman now.
Yeah.
I am in tune with who I am." And then she
Right.
gave us the Planet album. She showed us a completely
Hmm.
different side. So
Hundred
y'all
percent.
see how that? Go ahead, Lau. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I was just even thinking about what we were speaking earlier. She's also one of the pinnacles and of
Oh,
when you reinvent yourself, being confident in that, being confident in the music, confident in the sound, and really owning it and becoming it, regardless of whether Beyonce's singing country, whether Janet Jackson's singing a new pop, whatever,
yeah.
the confidence that they have within that music and within that sound is something that is really incredible. Yeah.
Yes. And as an artist, you can relate to that
Yeah.
because the
Yeah.
feeling, music for me is it's like medicine to my soul.
Hmm.
And you, Lyle, you are a doctor in a way. You're healing people. You're bringing us joy
Yeah.
through your music, and
Yeah.
that's vital.
Yeah.
People will put on a song. I've seen stories, and I'm pretty sure you all, my fashion dolls out there, y'all have seen stories where people will literally say, "Your music made my such and such wake up from
Yeah.
a coma,"
Yeah.
or "Oh my God, this happened to me," and this song, I put this song on, and it brings back a
Hmm.
certain memory. It's a
I've
tune. Is
had
it because
live. Yeah, I've had live performances. There were two times performing live, and somebody's come up to me and said I was going to commit suicide, and you really, really helped me and changed me, and in that moment and stuff like that. And those moments are really eye opening because, like you said, yeah, we are somewhat doctors, and people don't realize how much it's not just going on stage and performing. We're giving so much of ourselves. We're giving so much of ourselves emotionally and physically to make sure that audiences are feeling that same feeling, that they're going through that same kind of emotion, that they can just let go of whatever day they've had, those feelings of suicide and all of those kind of things. And I'm always glad that I can be someone who stands in the gap for people who are going through some tumultuous times. I know even just through my own thing and going through my own space, sometimes I just need myself to just pull myself towards myself, and yeah, music really, really does that for me.
and it heals. It brings awareness. It
Yeah.
brings a sense of joy when
Hmm.
you're writing. When you're in your element, when you're writing loud, what space does it take you to? Like, what element do you like? I know when I'm getting my questions together before a show, like I had to do my homework on the amazing Lyle Anthony. Like, I can't
Listen, and
believe.
you did your homework. I'll say that you did your homework, baby. Hey, you
And
really
I
did. I'm very,
appreciate.
very impressed by you, and just how you've handled this interview, and just how you came ready. Okay. So I appreciate that.
Yes, and I meant to ask you when you're writing, what space do you like? Because I know another one of my favorite female artists is Erica Badu. Y'all know I love Erica
Mm.
Badu. She said she likes to, like, back in the day when she first came out, she would have incense lit, she would have candles, she would have all of these different things. What type of element do you like when you're writing loud?
I like to smoke a joint, and I like to just write.
You sound like my colleague Bugs to God.
Okay, so that's the herbs. Just similar to Erykah Badu, she just didn't say she was smoking the herbs. She just said she was lighting the herbs up. But yeah, that's essentially where we get creative. But no, not just that. But I think also just writing is some place that you need to take yourself to as well. So the environment does need to be right. The feeling needs to be right, and yeah, the herb needs to be right.
It was one artist that said, I can't have a lot of people in the studio with me when I'm recording. And, it can't be too many distractions. Like, I like a certain lighting. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you,
Hmm.
you've opened for Mariah Carey, even when she's notorious. She's the queen
Yeah.
of doing the vocals, BGVs.
Hmm.
Stacking. She stacks her vocals. And one thing, because I've seen her clips of her in the studio recording her albums,
Hmm.
and one thing she's very serious about, she takes her craft very serious. She's a consummate professional.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't like a whole lot going on. She likes to
Right.
have a certain. She likes to have all of these things, and that's what
Mm-hmm.
gives us the visions of love and all of these amazing albums, butterflies. So many.
Mm-hmm.
That's because she has a certain element. She just like you've mentioned, Luther Vandross. Luther Vandross, may he rest in grace.
Mm-hmm.
Consummate professional,
A lot.
and they were very passionate about what they did.
Mm-hmm.
They took their craft very serious
Mm-hmm.
and they honored it. Just like they eat this, they breathe this, they sleep this. Music as an artist, when you are sitting down and you're writing and you're saying, no, I want to take this part, I want to go back and add something else or do something
Mm-hmm.
else, it doesn't sound right because you know your ear is an artist. So those are things that she did.
Mm-hmm. I think that's it's so important too because now that I've got my EP, I've got all of the demos and stuff. There are certain things that I am going back on, certain verses. There's something that removed from one of the songs from EXO that I really need to go and re-record with my producer. So yeah, there is definitely those kind of things where you have to sit down and listen, even and be honest with yourself, even as an artist, and be like, does that sound nice? Is that okay? Is that line nice? No, I need to change it. And that does differentiate you as an artist. That does differentiate you as a professional. That does differentiate you within the industry because there are people who are just making me, and I'm never going to compare myself to people who are just out there making music and just not understanding what it is and all of those kind of stuff. But there is a certain artistry that it takes to be able to not only be a singer and a performer, but a musician within the craft. We're not just singers, performers, but we are musicians using our vocals and our voices as sound instruments. We're using our hearing as sound instruments, all of those kind of things to make sure that the project and what we're busy with sounds good. So yeah, it's true what you're saying.
Absolutely, absolutely. The because I do this with all of my guests. It is time for games, fashion dolls. So Lala's going to get a chance to host my show and ask me some questions in the second segment. Okay, that's called Turn the Tables. The first one is he has to tell me his guilty pleasures. What are some of your favorite things you like to have when you're in a recording
Hmm.
session, when you're in the studio? What are your top five guilty pleasures you like to have? And a game I like to call the Rapid Five. You have to tell
The
me five
rapid
things.
five. Now, listen, I like to be a diva with certain things, but with the recording and with studio and photo shoots, and I don't like to be too long in studio. I don't like to be too long in a photo in doing a photo shoot. I want it to be within 4 hours. Photo shoots maybe 3 hours max, because then I start getting tired. We need to shoot, shoot, shoot. I'm also one that knows my angles, knows my voice, knows the things that I want to do when I come in. So yes, so I'm very simple when it comes to studio, when it comes to those kind of things. But a good water, need some water. I need some reverb. Reverb is a singer's best friend. I'm a huge stickler for sound. My brother was my sound guy. May he rest in peace. I lost him in 2021. That was a hard one,
Sorry.
but I am a huge stickler for sound. So as long as those things are there, the producer knows what he's doing. He knows how to handle his sound equipment and make me sound amazing. Then there's nothing more to it. I'm a simple guy with that. But there's other things I'm not that simple with.
There you go. There you go, fashion dolls. Those of you who are wondering, what are Lau's top five guilty pleasures? All right. Oh, good question, B. Walker. Before we jump to the turn the
What's the
tables,
difference between an artist and a performer? It's a very good question. I said the other day online, I said being a performer is not just the ability to be able to sing. It's being able to move an audience, to make an audience feel something. So that's where the performer aspect is, like we were saying, we were speaking about how the feeling is when you're on stage making people feel a certain type of way, showing up a certain type of way when you're gonna be on stage. And as an artist, I think it takes more than that. And as an artist, it's all of the things in the background. It's making sure that you're going to studio, that you are finding time to send emails to the folks that you need to send, that as an artist your music is being, you know, put out there. As an artist, you're getting out there, you're being seen. So I think the difference between artistry and performing is that a performer is on stage. Performing is moving people with your gift, whereas your artistry is really more behind the scenes. I guess it's what you're doing to make that performer shine. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right,
Most
fashion dolls.
definitely.
I'm a little nervous. Okay, it is
Yes.
time to turn those tables. Let me put my
Hmm.
cards down to the side over here. Lila's going to get to ask me some
Yeah.
questions for my new viewers out there. If you're just watching, welcome, hi, and thank you for subscribing to Style by Stevie Daytime. Um, it is no longer Style by Stevie. It is the Loud Anthony Show. So
Hmm.
I'm going to take it and turn it on over to him. He's going to ask me some questions. Anything on? I've had some of my guests get up in my dating business. Deshaun Spivey, D. Will. Shout outs to him. I've had some get in to find out about my family. You know, how did I get started? All any of those questions, whatever Loud wants to know.
Hmm.
I'm a very mysterious woman, so I don't reveal everything, but I'm gonna pass it on down to Lau. Take it away.
Okay. So, what do you think is doing artist branding and fashion really well right now?
What's doing well in fashion right now?
Artist branding and fashion.
What's what now? I couldn't hear you.
So, artist branding and fashion.
Artists
What
dabbling
do
in
you think
fashion
is
or branding in fashion. I'm
yeah.
here. I'm here for it. And you know who is the? I think she is amazing with just her artistry, just like you. The
Hmm.
key word of today is longevity, y'all.
Hmm.
Um, I think she's dynamic, and she also invented her own collection of clothing. So I'm here for it. And if you
Hmm.
come out with something, I definitely will be supporting.
I
Um,
definitely have stuff that I need to be coming out with. So, yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
stay tuned
What
for
did
that.
your
Stay tuned.
first look What did your life look like before people knew who you are?
Wow, I was shy. I was very timid.
Hmm.
I wasn't this outspoken.
Hmm.
Wasn't this just so in tune?
Yeah.
Like it shocked Lyle at how much I knew about him because I really had to study. I've been studying for the past few days for this interview, doing my research,
I
doing my
appreciate that.
homework.
Because
And
you absolutely did.
yes, as a hostess, it's important that you research thoroughly, understand your guests,
Hmm.
uh, but what my life looked like before. Yeah, very shy, timid. I was picked on a lot in high school, and then it's like basically the ugly duckling turned into a swan and just blossomed into
Yeah.
my own, coming
I
out of
think
my
that's
shell.
pretty much the
Yeah.
same. Honestly, it's just pretty much the same. And then I've got one more. When everything is said and done, what do you want people to say you contributed to the culture?
Wow. I would say I did it in a different way that other hosts haven't done it with mixing and infusion because when people see my name, when they see the Style by Stevie, the first thing they think of is fashion. And
Fashion.
it's just like it's so much more than just
Yeah.
that. It
Yeah.
is music, it's pop culture, it's
Yeah.
all of the things that we love. So that's what I want to be remembered for. And doing
Amazing.
it in a way where it's just like it's hip. It doesn't bore you. It leaves you on the edge of your seat and
Right.
you expect the unexpected. Like now I'm being interviewed by Lau Anthony and I'm trying not to fangirl out. Oh my
Mhm.
God.
I think I need to
But
do more of these interviews.
yes,
Yeah.
But that's what how my life was before.
Yeah.
Basically, coming into my own, finding my own voice.
Hmm. No, it's important. I think one of the biggest things as an artist, as somebody in the industry, to find your own voice and to find. There's a friend of mine right now is one of the greatest saxophone players, but prior to him doing what he's doing now, he really didn't have a lot of confidence, and he was very shy and timid and just
Mm,
unsure about himself and all of that. And I've seen him grow into such an incredible, not only artist, but just as a confident human being. And I think it takes that. It takes time to look at yourself and really reflect and be like, okay, why is it that I'm not feeling confident? Why is it that I'm not feeling this way about myself? And start working on those things, because, again, as an artist, it's one of the greatest things that you can do for yourself, because it sets you apart from knowing who you are as an artist, being confident who you are as an artist. So yeah, those are important things. Just knowing who you are, being confident constantly, taking the time to be a confident person, to love yourself in a way, because it really does differentiate you in the industry.
absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. So that's something that I've overcame. As many questions as you want, you've got the floor. And my
Yeah.
Island Yankee B Walker
No,
says
I
off
don't
top.
have a lot of time left, so that was my last question for you. But you
Oh,
can,
okay.
if you have any others, I have a good 5 minutes left.
You got a compliment though. My B Walker says
Oh,
off
thank
topic that
you.
you have
Beautiful
a beautiful
smile.
smile.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
he does not.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks.
So as closing, Fashion Dolls, because I can't keep loud, this was such an honor. There you go. There's another question. Do
I
you like to
love
tackle?
challenges. It depends on what the challenge is, but I will tackle a challenge. Absolutely.
What's your zodiac sign?
I'm
Because I'm a Scorpio.
Capricorn. Capricorn.
Okay.
What's the most funniest time you've ever had? Ooh, one of the most funniest times. I've had so many different funny times. Sometimes when you asked on the spot about certain moments that you have to think of, and I'm just like, but I've had some incredibly funny times. I'm a funny guy. I'm a comedian myself. So any time with Lyle Anthony is a funny time, okay?
Fashion Dolls. A few more minutes, and then I can't keep him. I wish we could, but we can't.
I
Do we
need
have any
two more
more?
questions. Do we have two more questions?
Two more questions, Fashion Dolls, and then we're going to wrap and conclude. But tomorrow, you guys are going to be getting two shows. The
Okay.
first one is at 3 p.m., Mo Taylor Jr., and the second one is with Camera. So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow at 4 p.m. You guys will be, I know I'm spreading myself thin, but I'm here in my new house and
Get
I
it
love it.
in. Get it in.
This,
And I'm honestly so honored. I know it's taken us a couple of months to get this sorted and together, so I really do appreciate it. Please do check out my new music. Go out now on all streaming platforms. I am Lyle Anthony Official on all social networks. So yeah, keep in contact. I like to speak to people online and all of those kind of things. So CV, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. You've been incredible. Christopher, Deshaun, Faith, B. Walker, Kenneth. You guys have been incredible. Thank you so much for being on the live. Thank you so much for taking your time to be here and keep following the journey. And it's only going to get better. And I need an investor. So if you guys need if you know any investors, somebody who's willing to invest in an independent artist, please. It always does help. Everything helps. So yeah.
there you go, Fashion Dolls. Go out on all platforms. Make sure y'all go and stream it out and be on the lookout for Lau's next single, XO, as
Yeah.
well too. Be on the lookout. Make sure you're following him. Make sure you're going and checking out him
Mhm.
live performing as well too. I love you all,
Yes.
Fashion Dolls. Until next time,
Thank you so
take
much,
care.
guys. Have a good one. Bye,
You too.
Stevie. Bye.
Take care.
Bye. You too. Bye.